Hello and welcome again to lockdown cricket in my back garden. Today we're going to have a look at batting equipment. We're going to try to cover advice for all ages, male and female. We're going to look at important questions like what's the latest advice and guidance on helmets. Look at the age-old question of how come two bats that look identical can vary in price so dramatically, and what is it that you're getting for the extra money that you're spending. And we'll look at what you should consider when you're buying pads, gloves and other protection. Manufacturers do seem to be waking up to the idea of meeting the requirements of women players now. They are trying to offer a proper range of equipment aimed at women, not just making them pink. Let's start by having a look at the modern helmet.
The rule is, under the ICC, that anyone under 18 must wear head protection while batting. Helmets have to conform to British Standard 7928 for 2013. You'll find that on the label inside the helmet. Some earlier helmets had an adjustable grille, and these should not be worn because the ball can pass between the grille and the peak of the helmet. You should regularly check that the grille is rigid, fixed in position. Also adjust the dial at the back of the helmet to make sure that it is a good fit around the head. Check the strapping, chin strap, to make sure that the helmet is never loose, and use the padding to get a good fit. Both of these helmets conform to the necessary British standard. The one on the left, which has a titanium grille and very advanced materials, will cost you £200. The one on the right also conforms to British standard, perfectly acceptable. It would only cost you around £30. Just always look for the British standard mark. If you are in any doubt, the ECB website carries the latest ICC list for approved helmets. Most manufacturers are now manufacturing neck protection, which you can buy £15–20 to add on to your helmet. Let's move on to look at the bat now. And the first thing for young players who want to improve is to make sure that they are using a bat of the right size. And you can gauge that by laying the bat alongside your leg there, as I've shown, and the bat handle should reach to your wrist. Right, so the bat reaches up, the end of the bat will be in line with the batsman's wrist. This chart shows the standard sizes of bats from 0 up to 6, and then beyond 6 we have the Harrow, which is one size below the full size bat. However, it's probably even more important to make sure that the bat is of the right weight. You should be able to hold the bat out in front of you with a straight arm. If you can't do that, you should maybe be using a smaller bat to get the right weight. Look at the shape of your bat. Be aware that you're trying to hit the ball, part of the bat where the wood is thickest. It's often known as the sweet spot. Good luck finding that. Most manufacturers are now producing bats aimed at women. They often are lighter, they have thinner handles, but they're now producing quality bats with a genuine range. Now to cost. The bat on the left costs about 5 times as much as the one on the right. A lot of that is down to the materials used. The blade of a cricket bat is traditionally made using willow, and the best bats are handmade from English willow from the heart of the tree. There are 6 grades of willow, and bats become cheaper with the lower grades because the wood is reckoned to be less resilient and harder. Lower grade willow may have knots and blemishes. The cheapest bats are often made from Kashmiri willow, which is said to be more brittle, less springy than English willow, but can provide a perfectly serviceable bat, especially for a younger player who might grow out of bats quickly. One experienced club member beat the Castle Douglas record, scoring a century with a Kashmiri bat, which only cost him £18. So if you want a handmade bat made from grade 1 English willow carrying a famous name on it, then you have to be prepared to pay for that privilege. Top class cricketers obviously have to have the best possible bats, otherwise they can end up looking rather foolish. Look for less well-known brands who might produce bats of similar quality for a much lower price. A new bat needs to be knocked in to avoid any cracking. This involves a light application of linseed oil. Once that's dried, you start knocking the blade with a wooden mallet. It requires 3 or 4 hours knocking in before you can then safely use the bat, first in practice, and then only after that should you think about using it in a game. Slight surface cracks like this are really nothing to worry about. You can remove them with a light sanding, so always keep a piece of sandpaper in your pocket when you're playing. The use of superglue or specialist batting tape will also stop slight cracks from getting any bigger. All bats come with one rubber grip. Batsmen with bigger hands will sometimes add extra grips to get the thickness that they want. YouTube will help you with the process of applying or changing grips. Toe guards are important. They help keep any damp from the pitch out of the bat, and they also provide extra strength to the toe of the bat. You can replace your toe guard if it becomes worn. Batting gloves now. Protection, obviously, appropriate to the level at which you're playing. Pay particular attention to the 2 fingers on the lower hand, nearest to the blade of the bat, most likely the ones to get hit. But it's important as well, make sure you get the right size of glove. If you perspire freely, look for gloves that have absorbent material in the palms, or wear batting inners to stop your gloves becoming too damp with perspiration. That saves the hassle of having to constantly call for changes of gloves as your innings goes on. And cost, the ones on the left, which make use of leather and ventilated inserts and high density foam, will cost you about £100. The ones on the right, made more of PVC and cotton, will only cost you about £20. And with pads for the legs, the choice there is endless. Once again, the right size is very important. Your knee should fit comfortably into the knee roll of the pad. Comfort is important, and you can spend a lot of money on ultra-light pads, which are comfortable, but because of the extra use of foam in them, they can be quite bulky. Beyond that, you can get arm guards and chest protectors if you're playing against fast bowlers on bouncy tracks. More important probably is to get used to wearing thigh pads on both legs. This kind of arrangement has become very popular and provides you with good protection above the leg guards. Ideally, of course, you want to try on batting equipment, try it before you actually buy it. But you have to go 100 miles to get a good shot with a very good range, so we're at a bit of a disadvantage there. So it's likely that you'd have to buy online. But that doesn't stop you trying out equipment that's around the club. And we're such a friendly club. I'm sure you'd be able to try out a clubmate's bat or gloves. You just have to get a feel for them to see if that's the right thing for you.